one thing that I'm really excited to get onto is the ERP buzzword of the year, artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
It's not always a buzzword. There are definitely some really good use cases. But I mean, as AI becomes a part of ERP, how does the role of testing and assurance need to evolve with it?
I think this is actually a good question now because I think it's slowly becoming to the fore. I think when a system can change, which it does, in the modern ERP, it's changing every quarter and sometimes every month with cybersecurity changes as well, which has just been recently released as an update from Oracle themselves. So they're now doing monthly cybersecurity drops. So plus quarterly releases. And if you've got other products like OGL, they also have a cadence. So if you can take all those things into account, that's a lot of change happening all the time. And you've got a business to run. So the old method of I'll release a bunch of people to test it starts to get cumbersome and resource intensive. And I think this is where you need to get your testing approach in place and correct. And this is where automated AI testing comes into play. So all the modern ERP platforms have internal agentic features. And then you've got other things like Copilot and other predictive stuff that you've implemented as an organization, which means you have to test differently. You can't test in the old way. That has to change with it. So you can't say, I want a nice, shiny, modern AI with AI features in my product, but my testing is old school. The two just don't align and they don't work. So you need to then think, well, how do I do this? So quarterly releases, the biggest thing you can get automated straight off is regression testing. So that's all the stuff that you know is already in existence in your production estate. So your BAU operations, the new stuff that's coming as part of a new drop, that's what I call progression testing. So that's the new stuff. That you can probably do with a human because it's slightly limited in scope because it's only certain things you want to switch on. But your regression piece grows and grows and grows every month because every time you drop something in and you test it, it goes into your regression bucket. And that's the bit I would say you need to test automatically. Let AI do the work for you. So things like you can have a natural language processing based AI platform that you can write your scenarios automatically or it writes it for you. And then you can turn that into a script and then you can run that script. Now that's an awful lot of time saving and efficiency. And it means you can continue doing your day job. So you don't have to keep pulling resources out of BAU because what you're doing is you're robbing Peter to pay Paul.
So, and I think the key word that stood out to me there was efficiency.
Yeah.
As we have these AI tools and they speed up things for us, we need to become more efficient because this extra work, as you mentioned, these quarterly updates and now with cybersecurity being a massive part of it, it's like trying to get a Formula One car with AI and then you're trying to use your tires from your normal car on that Formula One car. It's
Yes.
not going to work. You need to have Formula One tires for your
Yes.
Formula car. So your
Yeah.
business needs to be AI ready when it's going to implement AI. Because as you mentioned, there's all these struggles that you're going to face. You need to become as efficient as the AI you're going to use, it sounds like.
Absolutely. And the AI keeps evolving as well itself. So not only is the product evolving, but AI in the testing world is evolving. So you need to keep the two together, aligned. So you need to maintain momentum. And I think having at least your regression pack automated by AI, and in the future, when you feel a lot more comfortable, you can even use the AI testing automation to basically look at the changes in the quarterly release and say, can you design for me scenarios for these changes? And it can look at those and say, yeah, here are some suggestions. And those can be then with the human eye verified and then turned into scenarios, then executed. So actually, there's a lot of opportunities to introduce efficiencies here. It also comes down to human confidence as well. Do I trust it to be right? But then that's where in the initial periods, you have a lot of humans eyeballing what it's done and checking and validating, which is what I said earlier in this podcast, which is you've got to have a accountable human involved. And you've got to prove it from a local authority perspective that it aligns to and meets regulatory requirements, the UK GDPR, data protection laws, etc., etc., etc. But as you go through that process, you'll get more confidence to say, yes, this actually ticks all our boxes. That doesn't mean you'll leave it entirely to AI to do everything. I don't think that should ever happen anyway, because you do need humans involved in that sense, but try to make your life easier. And that's what an AI testing automation platform can do for you.